people have to be careful because you've got a lot of people out there doing different things and they're charging people a fortune. Sometimes it's just so frustrating. You're clever enough to see that. You've been in the business long enough for you to see this. A lot of people aren't. They're the ones that need the guidance. And I think what happens is it goes a long way because you may not make as much money today, but what you're going to gain is loyal customers. So for anybody doing properties, it is scary. So that's probably a disagreement what we had. The problem you have nowadays, I think a lot of people realize that you're freeing up time and time is money. That's what you don't want to do.
Welcome to another episode of the Diaries of Success. Today, I am having an amazing guest with me. I'm having the second half, the other co-founder of Savoys. So, this guy is a ball of energy. He is all about creativity. He loves going around. Wherever you go, you see him as a positive guy, an amazing smile. So I'm having Sanjay from Savoys.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Are you ready to be tortured? An hour of torture.
I'm not ready, actually, no. And it's all lies what you just said about me. No, I'm not. I'm ready. Of course I'm ready. We're going to have a blast.
Absolutely. Well, look, let's talk about Sanjay. Who's Sanjay?
What do you want to know? I can start
Anything
from
that
the
I don't
beginning.
know yet.
I just told you I'm a jeweler. But I used to be, I still am a jeweler, so that's where we started from, family business.
Okay.
I play golf, play tennis. I love holidays, love the sun.
Okay.
Well, what else you want to know? Tell me.
Family man.
3 kids, wife.
Bless.
Yeah.
So how did it all start? Before let's forget about Savoys, let's start from when you actually decided to become an entrepreneur. Or maybe just a little bit before that.
I think at a young age, look, we had a family business and we still have it. But at the time, it was a joint family business. And I didn't like the way the business was set up in the sense that I was not in control. And you always get told what to do or you have to ask before you do things. And I didn't like being behind the counter and just sat there. I mean, my dad, bless him, when he was alive, he said to me once, it's like a sweet prison, meaning you got to do your time here.
Yeah.
So you're there from, for example, 11 o'clock till 7 o'clock, Tuesday to Sunday, period. You got to be here, whether it's snowing outside, raining outside. And that's not me.
So it's like you were working in the business.
I was in the business
rather than on the business.
Exactly. So so my brother's older than me. So I think him and we introduced platinum, diamonds, and different elements of the business and made it better. But I always wanted to be a free bird, if you like. So I wanted to just do what I like doing. And I like making money. I think of different ideas, which I'm sure we're going to get into.
I think we're going to get along really well.
So I sort of ventured out and I said to my family at the time, look, I'm going to invest in properties. And Marcus probably told you the story of how we started off, him being at my house and speaking to my father. And we sort of just went from strength to strength from there. And we always have ideas, which, like I said, we're going to hit them.
Do you know what? Actually, I didn't speak to Market about that.
Oh, did you not?
No. You see,
I don't know what you spoke to him about, you see, so I'm a bit concerned right now. And he's not told me anything. So
that's good. That's good.
I don't know. I got my phone. I may phone him.
Look, it's too late now. Take me back to when you actually announced to your dad that you don't want to be a jeweler anymore.
No. How it worked was, so we were still working. So Market was working a 9 to 5 and I was working in my business, family business. And I actually made a decision to leave in 2016. My father passed away in 2015. So I was literally probably there to help him more than helping the business, if you know what I mean.
Or yourself?
Yeah, or myself, yeah. So then I said to Malke and I said to my mum, I said, look, I think it's time for me to branch out and just try and do other things.
Yeah.
And I remember leaving the shop and waking up the next morning and getting ready to go to the shop and realize actually I've said I'm not going back.
Oh.
Yeah.
And was it you getting into the routine?
Yeah, because obviously I was working Tuesday to Sunday every day. So I think I made a decision on a Friday and I woke up on Saturday, which is one of the busiest days. And I got ready, had my breakfast. And
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I sat in the car and I was like, where am I going? I just made a decision not to go back. So then I got back in the house. And it was quite a scary moment because I was in property, but we were not in property how we are now. But I think it's a good thing because I put the pressure on myself to do what I like. And I think it's very important sometimes to do that. I think you've got to make yourself uncomfortable and put yourself in difficult situations to get the best out of you. And I think that's what I did. And then a year later, I got Mark out of his job. Literally.
That's good. That's really good. You just said that Market has spoken to your father.
Yep. So years and years ago, I can't remember the year, Mark could probably tell you. We used to go out.
Was that in the beginning of your journey?
Yeah, it's very beginning of our journey. So we were in our 20s. And I had this awful habit of coming back home after a night out and a few cheeky ones. And I'd go upstairs and go straight to bed. So Market used to have a conversation either with my brother or my dad. And he spoke to my dad, and my dad was giving him advice to invest in properties. So Marco went back home, and at the time, internet wasn't around. So you had the Leader newspaper, which used to advertise houses. So he picked a house from there. He bought it. I ended up getting involved with him. And that was literally the start of the journey. That was in our early 20s. And then we took advantage of the 100%, 110% mortgages at the time.
Wow.
So we started buying more buy-to-lets, which we still have now, one-bed homes, starter homes. And then we went from there to HMOs and went from there to commercial residentials and commercials.
Is it emotional for you to still have those houses around?
I'm a very emotional guy, but it's not emotional for me, no.
But are you not like attached, emotionally attached?
I think part of me is because I understand what you're asking me. It's starting my journey, so are you attached to it? If somebody offered me the right price, I'll sell it. I'm a businessman at the end of the day, so yeah, I'm attached in the sense it's nice to have that story and the history behind it, but I'm not attached to it like that. I mean, I probably haven't seen these properties in 15 years.
Do you know what? The reason I'm asking is because every time I think of my first deal, of my first rent-to-rent deal, which I still have until now.
Right.
It's the first deal that literally made me realize that this business works.
Mm-hmm.
I had no money. I had to negotiate a 1 month rent-free period because I couldn't pay. The landlord trusted me. He's like, you know what? He's got hundreds of properties. He's like, here you go. Work with this one. Let's see what you can do with it.
Okay.
Luckily, I didn't disappoint him. And now I have the whole building.
Oh, wow.
But that particular property
was the start to your journey.
It didn't make me a millionaire overnight.
Yep.
It was literally just £400 profit a month.
But now you're a millionaire.
Yes. But that £400...
It started your journey.
It was the start of the journey. And I can feel, if you ask me to describe the feeling of when I first rented that property, I got it for £1,012. There was like commission deduction. £1,012. The rent was to the landlord.
Right.
Don't ask me why £12, because
I was going to ask you.
And I've rented it for £1,450.
Wow. Okay.
So there was a little bit of things that needed to be there. So I painted myself. I spent about a week to do everything, but I had a 1 month free period. So it took me a few days to do the painting, bring the furniture in, assemble the beds, the wardrobes, all that. And then the first time I advertised it, I had about 30 people inquiring about it. About 7 viewings in the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
It's gone in the first 5 minutes. And I was like, hold on a second, it's working. The people left, they left a holding deposit. I called my mom straight away. Tears in my eyes. And I'm like, Mom, my business is officially kicking off and I'm officially a property investor. She had no idea what I was talking about. She lives in Algeria, so she doesn't know what's going on. And she was looking at me through FaceTime and she's like, but you still have your job, right?
You're like, at the moment, yes.
You know? And I'm like, oh. But it's that first property. So now...
Do you feel it's lucky for you, that property?
I don't know if I can believe in luck.
Okay. Some people do. Some people are like, that's my lucky one. That's what I'm trying to say. So, no, look, for us, our first one was Don't Be Purchased. We've still got that. And to answer your question, for that first one, I'm not sure if we ever sell that. Because that's the first one.
Yeah.
So that first one, I'm with you. I thought you were talking about generally the houses in general.
Yeah.
But the first one I get, no, you're right. It's the start of your journey. So I drive past sometimes with my family, and I'm like, that's the first house we bought. So yeah, no, I get it.
There's a bit of a
No,
feeling
100%,
to it, you know?
100%. Because I think your first one is where you take all your risks, and you don't know whether you're going to get any rewards for it. So once you get the rewards, you're actually like, oh my God, that's the first step to my journey.
It's working.
Yeah. So I think with the first ones, we probably are. We don't talk about it, but I suppose we are quite emotionally attached to that first one. Yeah.
Marky didn't. He doesn't show his emotions at
No,
all.
no, he's not emotional at all. Honestly, that guy, I have to take the emotions out from him, and it's very difficult. I promise you, it's very, very difficult. He's just very, very straight, and just for him, it's not. He doesn't make decisions emotionally. He just looks at things
Rationally, yeah.
practically and think, does this work or does it not work?
How about you? How do you take decisions?
I look at things practically, but I also look at things emotionally. I think we were talking before, and I like risks. Market doesn't, which is why we work well together. I'm very ambitious. So we have different arms of Savoys, which I'm not sure if Market spoke to you about yesterday, but we have different arms. And I think without not giving anybody else credit, but I push for those different arms a lot. So the lending arm, I push for it. And Market, the good thing about him, he just backed me for everything. So every idea I have, I'm like, well, I think this could work. So I have a new idea now, which no one knows. I'm not going to say it on here, but I have a new idea.
Are we
Which
not going to have exclusivity?
But I'm not sure if I'm doing it yet or not. But I just mentioned it to him yesterday. I said, I've got a new idea.
Yeah.
And he just, oh my God, here we go again. But I'm just like, I just want Savoys to do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm here I'm devoted to the brand, and I want to take it to different levels. So we've become from corner boys to corporate boys, if you like. That's how I'd probably say we are. So it's good.
What if you disagree on decisions? So how does it work? I think it's very important for our audience because there's so many people who go into partnerships and they don't really know how to go around.
Okay,
Disagreement.
give me an example of a disagreement.
Okay, let's say you want to go ahead with a deal. He's not really sure about it, but you see so many like I don't know if I'm giving you the right example, but
I want an example.
anything. Let's say a deal. Let's say a deal.
A deal, we sit down. So I've seen the deal today.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the deal today. So I spoke to him about it this morning. He's looking at it. I think we should buy it. It's a fantastic commercial unit. It's got planning permission to make it to 3 flats. The purchase is about 1.2, 1.3 million pounds. I think once we develop it, it'll be about 2.3. I'll get all my money back out of it or just leave a little bit in. And for me, I think it's a no-brainer. So I've said to him, look, I think we should buy it. Market's very relaxed in the sense that if it's... Okay, let me switch it another way. I said to Market years ago, I said, look, because you have friends that are building 30 flats, 50 flats, 100 flats.
Yeah.
And we have dealers that approach us and said to me, look, Sanjay, you should build these flats. And you go and see the site. I look up, I'm like, that'd be really good, actually, building 50 flats. You can make 10 million, 50, whatever the numbers are, right? He disagreed with that. He said to me, no. So I said, okay, why? So what's your reasoning behind it? And his reasoning was absolutely spot on. So he said, look, by the time you build it, it takes X amount of time. Then you got to sell it, which is another X amount of time. You could be in that deal for 2-3 years before you get your capital back, your money back, your profit. Why don't we stick to what we do, which are smaller deals? And on average, for the last 10, 15 years, we've been doing between sort of 20 and 35 projects a year. So it's a lot of projects we do. And, if you add up the profits, what you're making from all these deals, it'll be more than that deal. And I was like, you're right. And the risk is less. So that's probably a disagreement, what we had. Not a disagreement as such, but you get what I'm saying? So we speak about things. And I think we're both intelligent enough to know that we're here for business, and we're not emotional in the sense that, no, I want to, like a little baby, throw my toys at the pram. I definitely want to do that. No, I understand business, how it works. And for me, I don't want to be on finance for 2-3 years. I want to take risks, that much risk, if you like. So it's logical and it makes sense to do quicker deals and come out of it. So we're always talking. And when it comes to a deal, I think if he brings a deal to a table or I do, we sort of have the understanding now that the deal is there. If I like this deal I bought today, I know he's going to say yes to it. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring it to a table.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So I think we've gone past that stage of bringing deals to the table and we're sort of like oohing and ahhing about it. I think we have that understanding. But yeah, in the start, people do have it, but I think it's important for business partners, especially, to listen to each other. Um, I also think that having more than 2 business partners is very complicated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise that at all.
He did mention that when you started, it was 4 of you.
Yes, there were 4 of us, then there were 3 of us, and now there's 2 of us.
Yeah. I think sometimes when you first start the journey and you have an ambition and you're a group of people you want to try, even like if you look at Meta, Facebook, the way it started, it was also similar things. I think people need to understand where to draw the line as well, between taking things personal sometimes, or being in defense, or maybe I'm always right. No,
I think if you have that, it's an ego thing.
Ego.
I think you have to drop that. I think if you're going to go in business with somebody, you have to work with them, not against them. If I'm in partnership with you and we have an objective, what's the objective? What are we trying to achieve? Right, we're going to make money, or we're going to do property, we're going to do X, Y, Z, whatever it may be. That's what we should concentrate on. Now, along the way, there are going to be disagreements because I may want to do something one way, but as long as the vision, the end goal is the same, and you're going to get there, you have to get there together. The problem you have nowadays, I think a lot of people, there's too much social media rubbish, to be honest with you. Everyone's watching social media, get rich quick, get rich with no money, get property with no money, all these things. And it's just like, I think people are getting brainwashed into all these things. And because of that, I think they're losing focus on what they actually want to do.
That instant gratification.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I just, look, for me, you've got to be focused on what you want to do. You have to, for us, we had a vision.
Yeah.
We've gone past that. I don't know what our vision is now. Honestly, if you asked them yesterday, I don't know if you have, what's your end goal? The truth is we haven't got one. There is no end goal. I've just told you before, I'm devoted to the brand and we want to make this as big as possible. And we're always thinking of different things to make it bigger and better. And our team's getting bigger and bigger day by day, which is fantastic.
So is it not challenging to you anymore? Is that what you're saying?
No, it is challenging. But what happens is, I think you're always looking for a new challenge. Look, for example, we started HMOs. When we started HMOs years ago, it was a challenge. If you ask me to do HMO, I can do it in my sleep.
Yeah.
So it's not a challenge anymore, right?
But look, this podcast was a challenge to me. If you ask...
It's a challenge for me.
If you ask our producer, I mean, it was... At the beginning, it was just like, oh, how am I going to do it? The whole team was devoted to it and working. Now...
Look at you now. You're just sitting there relaxed.
We're just having a chat.
Exactly. But that's what I'm trying to say. So it may not be a challenge to you now, but you enjoy it. So our business, we still enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
It's not a challenge, but then we bring new challenges, and you're always facing challenges. I mean, our country now and the economy is a challenge right now. Interest rates have gone up. We just came out of COVID-19. All these things were challenges. So you're always faced with challenges anyway. Yeah. Why put more challenges and more headache to yourself? There's no point. Enjoy the ride.
Speaking of what's happening right now in the market.
Yes.
100% mortgage rate. The mortgages are going back.
They're buy-to-let mortgages, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
The thing is, I don't know too much about it, but because I'll tell you why not, because I don't do buy-to-lets.
Yeah.
Personally think buy-to-let's a dead market now. I don't know, and everybody I've spoken to, it is a dead market, because your dinner party landlords that you had, people who just buy a property for the sake of buying it so they can talk about it at dinner parties or whatever, saying I'm in property, they're all selling up, because
we agree.
Your rent that you're getting is not going to pay, or if it is paying the mortgage, you're only going to get, a couple of £100, if that, if it's in London, I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it, because the amount of money you're tying up, it becomes sort of 40% that's tied up. So there's 100% buy-to-let mortgage. I don't know anything about it, but market-wise, I think buy-to-let's dead. I honestly think it's dead.
I totally agree with you. And was never really fascinated by being like just an ordinary landlord.
Yeah.
I'm very creative. I love being creative in that sense. Well, it's a strategy that works for some people. So
yeah, it's some people just want to be working 9 to 5. They have extra money, they put it into buy-to-lets and just let it grow. But it's just not work. I know people that have got properties in central London, penthouses, can't sell them for the love of money. You know, dropped them. They bought them for 1.5 million. They're trying to sell them for 1.2, so making a loss of £300,000. Still can't sell them.
Wow. Wow. What's for you? What's the best strategy?
From the experience that I have, depending on what you want to do. So, do you want passive income? Do you want to add? Do you want to buy, develop, and sell? So it all depends on the strategy. But if you want passive income, I would honestly go down two routes, which is the HMO or the commercial to residential, which is what we sort of specialize in. The commercial to resi for me is it's very exciting. I actually I really enjoy it.
It's a sexy strategy.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I honestly enjoy it. I love it when you get approval to make a flat at the back, when you can make a HMO upstairs, you know, when you can sort of have a small commercial units, and you're sitting there thinking, I've just done this to, you know, chop this up. And I think I've done a reel on one where we more than triple the income that the commercial unit was getting with the uppers.
Oh.
And you think, wow, you know, you can never do that. I mean, we won commercial deal of the year with Property Investor Awards in 2021, and that was on the deal that cost us nothing. The actual property, it was a garage, cost us nothing because we bought it as part of a deal.
Yeah.
Spent 40,000 on it. The bank valued at 400. That's times 10.
Times 10.
That's what that was. So
Oh my God.
it was so things like this. They
1,000?
yeah, that's what it cost to renovate the inside to make it a 3-bed muse house. That was, I think, done 2021. So we done it in 2020.
Wow. And you know what? Now you're going back to the property awards as judges.
Yes, we were up for 8 categories and finalists, and I was really disappointed that we didn't win anything. But then I got a really pleasant phone call from Cyril, who owns and runs it, and he said, "Look, you know, I know you guys have done really well, and we want to make you judges." So I said, "I'm honored. I'm honored. I'll do it because for me that was better than getting a trophy." So we're going back this year. We've worked alongside some sponsors as well, so his event's going to be really, really good. I mean, I'm not advertising it right now, but if you haven't got tickets, get some tickets for that because it is going to be good. Trust me.
Not? Let's just put the
It's going to be really good. The after party's going to be amazing. I know bits and bobs, but it's going to be good. So make sure you come.
I already got my ticket.
Oh, you got it, yeah? Oh, good. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Get in February, I think.
Okay.
March, something
Yeah.
like that.
No, it's going to be good.
Cyril was
he's asking. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. But it's nice. It's nice because I don't think as Malkit and Sanjay, we would have ever been able to achieve the things we have. I think having the brand behind us and putting the brand forward has put us in places that we would not have got as just ourselves.
How important is it to build the brand?
I think it's crucial. I think everybody out there who has a vision, who wants to do something as in properties, you've got to put it behind a brand. If you have the vision and you want to do different things, if you just want to be an investor and be quiet, you know, it's different. You can do it under J Blogs, whatever your name is, it's fine. But if you have a vision, you want to be out there and be on a podcast with you, then you need to have a brand. It's as simple as that. You need to have a brand.
You're a salesman.
A little bit, yeah. It's in my blood. I can't help it. It's my blood. But no, you have to. I think it's important. I think also it's important to look. There's a lot of values that me and Malkit carry, and I mean, I'll give you an example. In over 20 years of property investing and developing, we've never let an agent down. There was a scenario once where we bought a commercial site. Oh gosh, early 2000 and I think about 10 or 11, roughly. Bought a commercial site. It was near our house, and we were told by the agent and the seller that it was a B1 because at the time you can convert B1 offers into residential. And we'd exchanged on it, and then we only got to find out from the council. These are the early days of us doing commercial.
Yeah.
That an element was B1, but the other element was, I think it was oh gosh, it was like a warehouse, but it was something. It was a different use, right? And we couldn't convert it basically.
Okay.
So we'd purchased this site and we'd exchanged on it. I still didn't pull out. I told the agent, "This is what's happened. That your seller lied to us. We obviously fell for it. It's fine." So we purchased it and we sold it I think a few months later in auction, made a £40,000 loss. But then the same agent came back to us, gave me a deal at 300 and I think about 300 or 320,000, roughly, give or take, which we converted into 4 flats worth 1.5 million. So do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'd let him down, he would never give me the other deal. So I lost 40, but then I made money. So you always have to keep, I think you have to honor your deals. I mean, I've had people in the past that shook hands with me and then pulled out, and I just don't talk to them again because I'm old school. If I shake your hand, it's done. The deal's done. I don't have to sign a contract. You know, I stick to my word because your word should mean a lot. And I think nowadays, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of the younger generation don't believe in all this. But you have to.
Unfortunately.
You have to have these values. So for us, I think it's very important. We never say, so even the property deal I saw today, I haven't said yes to the guy, but I've said to him, more than likely, I'm going to buy this. But until I say yes, and if I say yes, I say yes. And he knows it, which is why he's coming to me.
There is a lot of things that you just said there. Unfortunately, I cannot go back through every single one of it. But let's talk about the younger generations now
Yep.
and what you think they're doing right and what you think they're doing wrong.
Yeah, you can't speak about everybody, right? Because I can't put everybody in sort of bracket and just talk about everyone. But I think that in the property world, I'm seeing a lot of younger generation. I like it because I think when we were growing up, property wasn't in your face as it is now. I think with social media and everything else, and all these podcasts and webinars and seminars and people meeting up, I think the young generation are getting educated about property more than you and I probably were back in the day. We had to do it the hard way, which is find out things for ourselves. Whereas now you're getting taught these things. So, I mean, we've started education and we have a blueprint of it. So we're teaching people black and white how to do things. The only thing I would say is that people have to be careful because you've got a lot of people out there who are selling courses, mentoring, doing different things, and they're charging people a fortune. And I mean, we had somebody who said they spent about £20,000 on a course. And then they've come to us and go, can you help us get a deal? I've said, well, you just spent 20 grand doing a course to get, why have you come to me? He said, well, I walked out, I've done 3 quarters and I walked out because I realized I've been robbed. And
But unfortunately, a lot of these mentoring companies out there, most of them, they don't even have deals.
do you know what? I was going to just say to you that one piece of advice I give to anybody is if you're going to get mentored or you're going to get taught by somebody, go to company's house first, see how many properties they own. Make sure they own properties because a lot of people out there don't own anything. And they're teaching people how to do things. And you're looking there going, oh, they own one property. And you're thinking, well, you own one property, you're teaching me and you're charging me this much money.
Yeah.
So the advice I'd give is you've got to be careful. There are people out there that are doing the right way. So like I said, I can't put everybody in that group, but whoever's doing this, you need to be careful. So even us, before we speak to anybody or someone comes to us, you have to vet them. You've got to check who are they, where they're coming from, what they're doing. So I vetted you as well. Don't worry.
You did?
No, I didn't. I'm joking. I'm joking. No. But you have to do it in life because otherwise you're gonna just throw money down the drain.
That's so true. Yeah.
And you can't do that. So the advice I'd give that is to younger generation. I like the fact that younger generations are really
ambitious.
Yes, I think it's good because, like I was saying, me and you weren't taught this. You're not taught this at school.
No.
My daughter's here right now with us, as you know, and she's not taught this at school. They don't teach you. I watch all these reels that come up, and they train you to be 9 to 5 working and being part of that. Whereas they don't want you to open a business. They don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to be an entrepreneur. They don't teach you how to pay bills. They don't teach you how to have a savings account, how you save money.
Yeah.
None of this is taught, but this is the real life.
Absolutely. Well, look, I was having a conversation with one of my mentees the other day. So we mentor on how to actually manage properties, on how to. I run 2 estate agencies. So, okay, how do you get into property with a very, very minimal income, or just how I started really.
Yeah.
And then you can scale your way up to starting doing other strategies. And then she's like, but why haven't I never been taught this? Like, I said, what do you mean? She said, I've never been told about the ombudsman and the PRS and client money protection and, you know, like the anti-money laundering. And these are things that are very simple, but some people
Yep.
are just quite, they're so confused. And I was asked her, oh, so you got everything set, all the setup right, yeah? And she's like, what do you mean? I said, do you have this, this, this? And she's like, no, not yet. I said, do you have client money? Like, you're taking investor funds.
Yeah.
You cannot keep them in
No,
your own.
exactly.
in
It's been
your
a client
own
account.
bank
That's been a client account.
Another. Where are you putting deposits? She said, same account. No, you know, these are small mistakes that these companies are not going to teach you.
No. See, you can teach it because you've got the experience.
And because I've done it.
Yeah, and you've done it, so you can mentor them. You can teach people that. You have the full right to do that because you have the experience.
Yeah.
But then if I sit there saying I'm going to teach something I've got no experience about and charge people, it's not right? But this is what's happening in the industry.
Yeah.
You know that, and so do I.
Yeah.
And you've got to be really careful. So, I mean, it's nice to see the younger generation do that, but it's also, they've got to be careful because I've honestly, myself and Mark have had, and in the last few months, probably a dozen people come to us and they've put a lot of money down on mentoring and education where I haven't said it to them, but I know that they've got no value for that money at all. So
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, look, I've seen some people as well. What they end up doing is get 1-2 deals.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
call themselves mentors.
exactly, no, that's what happens. It's easier money, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I can charge 10 people 10,000 every month or whatever it's going to be a year, even that's you know,
Look,
substantial
it does
amount of
make
money.
money.
Yeah.
But how about your reputation?
No, well, me or are you talking about these people?
I mean, these people, obviously.
well, it's only if they get called out or they get found out.
Yeah, I've had someone speak to me about their business, and I've seen them. I met them in a networking event where they were actually going to speak on stage.
Okay.
So then I've asked them, "Oh, so how many properties do you have?" I said, "Oh, we stopped counting." I was like, okay. If you speak to me, well, look, I have 15 people under me working. They're all dealing with the business stuff. I'm probably not involved in the business that much, but I know exactly how many properties
You know what's
we're
going on.
managing.
Yeah, of course.
So what's the turnover of your business? Oh, I would say maybe, and another question mark. I'm like, so he doesn't know anything about their business?
No.
And I'm like, you're speaking on stage.
Yeah.
You're saying you've been in this industry for 5-6 years.
So you can't answer the question that.
You can't answer simple questions
Yeah.
about your business? To me, that's a no.
Yes.
You know?
But you're clever enough to see that. And I would say, you've been in the business long enough for you to see this. A lot of people aren't.
Mm.
They're the ones that need the guidance. They're the ones that need the help. And they're the ones that should go for the right companies and the right people, like yourself, like us, and get the right advice. You know, we try and help everybody that we can that comes to us, even if it's not, we're not monetizing everything.
Yeah.
People come to us, have a conversation, we give them the right advice. But I don't say, right, you've been an hour with me, that's this much money. No, we're just trying to help people.
Mm.
And, you know, we have our power team, which we openly discuss, and people go to them. We don't get commission from them.
Yeah.
We're
There's so much you can do for free, right? I mean, there are
Yes.
things that you do for free. There are things that your time is still valuable.
No, 100%. Yeah, exactly. So you know, I don't know if Marco told you. So we have different arms. We have a lending arm, so we lend money.
Mhm.
We have a development arm, so we help people. We source it, develop it from, and then manage it from. Then we have the managing arm, which I've just mentioned, which is part of that. We have, I think, last but not least, the education, which we just started. So it's nice, and you know, even the education side of it. We had a couple of crash courses in Reading on a couple of sites where I think we were the first developers to show them the actual site,
Yes.
as well as talk to them about it.
Yeah.
So they could physically see what we're talking about, which is what you want to do. You want to give them the extra. Yeah, give them extra.
Yeah.
You know, when you see our Instagram or LinkedIn, the sites we put up, they're ours. Or the hours that we're doing for a client. I'm not going randomly around, you know, taking photographs of people. So we're very active. I would say probably we're the most active on social media, you know, and this is why we went to education. People are asking us a question, and I said, well, it makes sense because people are asking us advice. We know what we're doing,
Yeah.
so why don't we it was just naturally going to go that way, right?
Absolutely.
Let's done it. So yeah, no,
Oh no, well, congratulations, because it needs to be done, and you know so much, and I think you have a lot to pass on.
Yes.
And you know your time is valuable, so
Yes,
you
no,
need to do
absolutely.
it in a certain way. Yes, you're not going to be greedy and hold all the information. You can just give and help
Do you
some
know,
people.
and I tell you this, I could tell somebody everything, and then it's up to them. I've dropped all the gems, and half people probably still won't do it.
Yeah.
That's because it's still scary. You know, I had a client who's a friend of mine. So he said to me, look, you know, he had a house. He goes, can you make it HMO? I said, yep, I can make it HMO. I got him planning for 8-bedroom.
Yeah.
We started the work. So the first day my builders went in, so they smashed the kitchen, took it back, and he phones me up. What are you doing to my house? Panicking. I go, mate, you got two choices. I stop the works, or you don't come back for 6 months. Those are your choices.
Yeah.
Because I can't have you following me every day like this. I know you're panicking, but you've come to me for a reason. You trust me.
Yeah.
Leave it to me. You know me well enough. He said, all right, second option. And this is a day later. He goes, let me think about this. Come back to me a day later. And now he says to me, when are we doing the next one? Because it is daunting. Look, if someone hasn't done it before, you go to a property and you smash it all apart. They're thinking, oh my God, my house just got devalued. You know, what's going to happen here? They're not, it's a process because you got to do it, but then they haven't seen the finished product. So for anybody doing properties, you know, it is scary.
But having someone like you, I think, with the right hold in hand, I believe they're gonna make it. Absolutely, absolutely,
So,
can do things. But look, there is a mantra in our podcast. It's like we like to play a game. We like to release the atmosphere a little bit, you know.
I think we're quite relaxed anyway. We don't have to play
We
the game.
are.
Just fine. No, go on. Let's play. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
I'm enjoying
What are we
the
playing?
conversation.
Is it a card
Would you
game or
rather?
what is it?
Would you rather? I was thinking to bring, checkers,
I was going to say something, right?
and we can just
We can do it while we're talking.
while we're talking.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Well, we're not going to do
Let's
that
do this
today,
game. Come
but
on.
yeah.
Let's do this game. Come on.
Season 2.
Yeah,
Season
done.
2, I'll bring the checkers.
100% done.
Are you good in checkers?
I'm not bad.
I'll beat
I
you.
can see you're good. Yeah.
I'll beat you.
Okay.
I grew up.
I was going to say, I bet in Algeria that's what you play quite a lot.
Yes.
They play quite a lot in India as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's played quite a lot there.
Ah.
But I'm not born in India. I'm born in the UK, so we don't play quite a lot here.
Let's jump into the game and see which one you prefer then.
Okay, fine, done.
Cool. Well, before we jump into the game, I'm hoping you're enjoying this episode as much as I am, because honestly, I'm learning quite a lot from Sanjay. And listen, if you want to know a little bit more, go to Savoys Properties. It's literally the same thing as Malkit yesterday gave us. So Savoys Properties, all in one word, across all social media. They also recently joined TikTok. So
Yeah, you probably see me on there here and there. I never watch it, but my kids do.
are you gonna
Dad, I've
start
seen
doing
you on
dancing
TikTok.
very
I
soon?
can do dancing. I'm quite a good dancer.
Oh really?
Yeah, I got some moves.
I never saw you dancing in your events though.
Next one.
We'll
Next
keep
month.
Yes, I'm coming
Yep,
to that
you
one.
come, yep.
I'll keep you accountable
All right, done.
for it. Well,
Done.
let's make sure you give us a thumbs up. You also subscribe and leave us all the questions in the comment section down below. And if you want to know more, again, into Savoys Properties social medias. Okay, so it's a would you rather.
Oh God, here we go.
Let's go quick fire
Quickly.
round, and
All
then
right.
we're going to come back to the answers.
Fine, let's do it. Come on then. Go on.
Beautiful. So India, UK.
India.
India. Football, golf.
Football.
Property or being a jeweler.
Property.
Making content or property.
Making content. No, property.
Do it yourself or done for you.
Depends what it is.
DIY, DFY.
It depends what it is. If it's what?
In general.
Someone do it for me. It's easier.
Lazy.
You ask me.
£1 million, 1 million followers.
Money, 100%. Pounds.
Ooh. Money or family?
Family always.
Money or love?
Well, when you say love, what do you mean by love?
In general, still.
I got. Well, it's always. I don't know. That's a difficult one. Depends who it is. If it's my wife, then obviously my wife. But anybody else, nah, money.
Money or love? Cool. £10 million or going back to knowing everything you know right now when you were 18 years old?
No, I'm not going back to 18, knowing everything I know.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
100%.
Even Malkit said you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
100%. What did he choose? £10 million. £10 million. Oh, for God said, no. Why would you do that? I'd go back and be worth billions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably still have hair now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'd be more relaxed.
Paying taxes or not paying taxes?
Not paying taxes.
Not paying taxes all the way. Well done,
No.
thank you.
That was quite good.
Let's talk about a few of them. You know what?
Did I surprise you with any of them?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
To be honest, I would have probably answered
All of them for me.
all of them the same way you answered it. And I knew that was how it was going to be answered.
Good.
And when I spoke to Malkit, I said, you know what? I'm going to ask the same questions to Sanjay tomorrow and see, because I have a feeling that he's going to answer a bit differently.
So you got to tell me what he said. What did he say? I want
He
to know.
said 10 million over going back to
And
18.
love or money?
Love.
He said love.
Yes.
But it depends what you mean by love. See, that's the thing. That's what I was saying. So,
I would regardless still choose money.
no, but it depends. If it's my wife and it's money, then it's my wife
Well, that's family.
or my kids. But yeah, but love. What does that mean? I'm trying to get at. What's your question? So you got to tell me a bit about that. What do you mean?
So look, when someone asks you what does love mean to you,
Yeah,
what do you say?
I love everybody. I'm an emotional guy, so I care for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So that means when I asked you love or money, that's what I meant. Because I asked you family or money first, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That means family is out.
Oh, fine. I then saw that. Then it's money, 100%.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love or money.
Love's always going to be there anyway. It's fine. Yeah.
So true. So true. I mean, love is not going to buy me a house, is it?
No, exactly.
It's not going to take me to holiday.
No. And just to go back, so the reason I chose India over UK wasn't because I don't like it. I just think as a country, India at the moment is thriving. I was there in January and February. I think your quality of life there is a million times better than here.
Do you see yourself investing there?
No,
Settle in there?
possibly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Possibly. It's honestly, have you ever been there?
Nah. I was going to go once.
You got listen,
in the day.
it's changed, like dramatically changed. You've got Nando's, McDonald's, everything's there. Shopping centers with your Zara's, your Louis Vuittons, Armani, everything is there. And the quality of life, I mean, you get, like you said, do it yourself or get someone to do it for you. Over there, everything's done for you. Literally, I mean, we went to my uncle's house and he's got 2 chefs, driver, maid, everything's there in the house. I mean, it's not about being lazy. It's about if you can afford to get it done for you, why not? Why not have that
Quality of life,
Yeah,
yeah.
have the quality of life. And I think over here you can do it, but it's a lot more expensive.
True. I'm glad we're tapping into this topic because there are a lot of people who don't understand what done for you means. They wash their own cars.
Yeah.
They do their own cleaning all the time. I mean, if you enjoy doing it, do it. But to me, I'm like, I live in a 3-bedroom house by myself with my dog, and I have tasks that I need to do. I don't like cleaning. Why don't I get someone who does the cleaning for me?
Yeah.
I pay them, and that's good money for them. And I use that 2 hours or 3 hours of cleaning in something more useful.
I agree with you.
Whether it's relaxing, whether making, if I'm giving her 50 quid and I'm making 200 quid.
Absolutely.
In the 2 hours.
No, 100%. No, 100%. It makes sense. So we have a part-time driver, if you like, myself and Malcolm.
Yeah.
And I was with him for the first time when he was working for a company and I just wanted a trip into London.
Yeah.
I think I was going to an auction and I was on the phone. It's an auction or agent. I was working with my laptop on and I was working because I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I made a profit. I can't remember what it was now, but let's say it was £5,000 or £10,000.
Okay.
Whatever it was. That's more than enough to cover the £100. And I said to Malcolm after that day, I said, you know what? We need to do this when we come into town. Rather than us driving or getting a train, because you lose signal on the train. So I said, we need to do this because we were still working. You never know when you're going to get a phone call. And since then, you've always done it. So it's like yourself, what you're saying. You pay someone a little bit, but you could make more money doing something else. And these are the simple things in life that I believe and you believe in. And I think you have to do that because if you can't do everything.
No.
And if you do everything, you're going to miss out on opportunities.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. You know, it took me time to understand this.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of people. A lot of people listening to this probably won't understand it. Say, what this guy's waffling on about?
Yeah.
But once you do it, you'd realize that you're freeing up time, and time is money. If you can use that time doing something better, why not? But like you said, some people might enjoy cleaning. So
I mean, look, if you enjoy, well, look, I love cooking, for example.
Yep.
I don't see myself getting a chef,
chef.
to cook
No,
for me
no.
because cooking is therapy for me.
It's for
And
me
I
as
enjoy-
well. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
And I enjoy doing it, and I'm happy of the end result. And so there are tasks that I don't see myself replacing,
Yep.
but there are tasks that are unnecessary,
No,
really
I
unnecessary.
agree with you. Like gardening.
God, oh my God.
Yeah. Maybe when I'm older, I'll do it. But not at this moment, no. Yeah.
I've done it once or twice in my early I was times in when I started in property. Obviously, I didn't have the money to
Yeah.
pay
To pay
someone
someone.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to go there myself, drive in my car. I had a smart car at that time, drive and just do the cleaning and just do the. It was tiring. I ended up spending time on tasks rather than focus on bringing business into
Yeah.
into my business or bringing deals into my business, bringing money in. So I was spending money.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Look. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. No, it's better. No, it's 100%. But I think people need to understand that, and I think it's this is why I would choose India over UK, and it's thriving. I mean, it's doing amazing. The return on your money you get there. Some banks give you 15% return on your money.
I'll
Just
get a
having it
ticket.
saved in a saving account. It's amazing. It's really nice.
I'll get a ticket and go to India.
Yeah, the food's really good, drinks are really good. It's amazing.
What's the best season?
Oh, don't go in the summer. Never go in the summer. So
Okay.
if you're gonna go October, November, December, January, February, March,
Yeah,
maybe April, but not past that. I
best
wouldn't go.
time.
Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful. You said 1 million pounds over my 1 million followers.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can buy followers with £1 million.
But they're not real followers.
What am I gonna do with followers?
Give you a 1 million pound.
No, if I get 1 million followers, what am I gonna do with them?
Maybe if you get 1 million followers,
Yeah.
10% of that paying you £100.
Who's gonna pay me £100? The followers.
Yeah.
Why?
If you have a product,
Yeah, but if I got £1 million, I can make the million to 10.
yeah. I think it depends on where you are in your journey.
No, I'd still pick $1 million.
What is it?
Yeah, I'd pick it today. If you said to me, I get 1 million followers, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
I think
interested.
it's the only thing I would probably
Disagree with me.
disagree with. Probably I would. Obviously, early on in my journey, I might have said 1 million pounds, of course, all the way. But now thinking 1 million,
Followers.
it's not a lot of money.
No, it's not a lot of money. Absolutely. No, I agree
Mm.
with you. It is not a lot of money. Look, I enjoy social media. I do the reels. I get forced to do the reels. Let's not go into that. But yeah, I enjoy it. And I know why we're doing this brand awareness and everything else. But I think, look, people that know us, we're going out there. As you know, we do the events. I'm more of a one-to-one or a party guy. I like to talk to people personally.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not so sucked into the whole social media side of it. When you say 1 million followers, it doesn't mean anything. Honestly, I used to, I think when I was younger and you had Facebook first and then you had Instagram, it's all about follow and
Yeah.
all these people. But I suppose as a business, I suppose you're right. If you had 1 million followers as a business, then you could make money on that, on the back of that. But the only thing we're selling at the moment, if we're selling anything, is probably the education side of it and the developments for people, which is limited. So even if I had 1 million followers, I couldn't, apart from the education, the development side, I couldn't give it. Okay, I'll take my answer back, actually. I'll go for the 1 million followers. There we go. I could sell them the education. So it'd work. I'll switch it back.
You see,
I'll switch it back.
that's how I was looking
Yeah.
at it as well.
Yeah. No, I thought, when you said it, I should have thought as Savoys. I thought you mean personally, like followers, my followers.
If you don't have nothing to
I thought it was my
offer them,
followers. Then I thought, no, I take £1 million. But if you're talking about it as Savoys as a product, then it's different.
yeah.
You should have clarified that. It's
My
your
bad.
fault. See,
My
it's your
bad.
fault. You should have said Savoy is 1 million followers or Sanjay gets £1 million. And I would have said Savoy's 1 million followers.
Savoys 1 million followers.
I'll take that.
Beautiful.
There we go. I'll take that now. I'll take it.
You said what was the other one? Oh, property over making content. We understand that. You just explained it.
Yep.
Property over being a jeweler.
Yeah, so I've been a jeweler. Jeweler's in my blood, right? So I still enjoy it. So you're from Algeria. I'm originally, my family's from India. So we come from different backgrounds, but right, compared to a British typical background.
Yes.
And I suppose the reason I chose that is hard work you got put into everything. But I feel that the reward you get back in property for the time that you put in is more than I would get back than the jewelry business. You, there were stages in my life where you sit in the shop and you're standing there or sitting down and you're waiting for customers to come in. And don't forget, if the customers don't buy something, you ain't making no money. And we're strong believers of passive income.
Yeah.
And in property, you get passive income. So for me, I'd rather be sat here with you doing a podcast than waiting for a customer to come in my shop. I mean, there were days I suppose it affected my life personally as well. So my kids were growing up. I've got 3 beautiful children, beautiful wife, and I didn't see them because I missed their sports days
Oh,
at the younger age. So I missed their sports days. I'd miss maybe sometimes they had a show on because I had to be in the shop.
yeah.
And all these things, I think when my father passed away, I thought about them more. And I
Yeah.
thought, well, actually, life's so short. Because the way my father, it was all of a sudden. We didn't expect it. I thought, life's short, Sanj. This could happen to you tomorrow. You don't know. So why don't you get your priorities right? What's more important?
Yeah.
And I had a bit of capital. I wasn't as comfortable as I am now. So the risk I took was probably for my family more than for myself.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be there for them. So now I have a nice routine. I pick them up, I drop them off.
Yeah.
I can take weekends with them. One's here right now with me. So it's nice. So it's good to spend that quality. Because
Unfortunately, we can't turn the
Yeah.
camera.
she's smiling. She's actually smiling. Look, there we go. No. But it's nice because I think you've got to prioritize.
Yeah.
Once you got to put hard work into everything, but then you have to prioritize your family as well and family life. And everything. So that's why I chose
Family
that.
over money.
Yeah, but that's why I chose property
Totally.
over jewelry.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah, because it's hard work. Being a salesman is bloody hard work. Honestly, I'm natural at it. Trust me. I could sell sand to an Arab, but after a while, it's just very hard work.
Yeah.
Tiring. You get tired.
Before we get back to, because I love sales. I
Yeah.
didn't used to. We always talk about that because that's an interesting
I can
topic.
tell. I think you got some sales in you because you're always smiling. You're bubbly. I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
I think energy can bounce off each other because we're just positive. I love it. I love it. Honestly, I hate negativity around me. I try and keep it away. But yeah, no, it's good. So I can see it in you. I can see it that you're positive and the sales side in you. I can see all of it.
Thank you so much.
No,
really, really
yeah.
appreciate it. Paying taxes, not paying taxes. You said not paying taxes. Let's explain it a little bit more.
Look, you got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
But I think I interpreted your question. Would I rather pay tax or not?
Yeah. Would you
And
rather?
the answer is no. And to be honest with you, I won't say too much in case HMRC listens to this. No, I'm only joking. No, there are ways where you can save tax.
Mm.
So I think there's this thing. It's not you're not sort of doing. I forgot what the terminology.
It's legally done. It's not
Yeah,
like-
it's legally done. So you're like so as long as you structure your companies in the right way. I mean, I can't talk too much about it because I'm not an accountant. I'm not FCS. I can't give people advice. But as long as you have a good accountant, which I have, and they structure your companies in such a way, they minimize your tax. So
Well, look. If you ask me that same question, I'll say I'd rather not pay tax.
no, 100%.
The reason being is, at the moment, I don't think the tax money is going to where it's needed to be gone.
I agree with you.
And if it was going like on the right roadworks, because I have a motorbike, I ride a motorbike.
Really?
Yeah, and
Like a proper bike,
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
moped.
yeah, no, it's
A
not
proper bike.
proper bike.
Wow.
So there's so many roads that are not fit to be
No, I agree with you.
for.
You've got potholes everywhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you've got potholes everywhere.
Which is why I prefer to go with a car now. The other reason is my hospitals. My friend had to go in emergency, and I had to drive her to the emergency in Whittington Hospital. We ended up waiting for 5 hours for her to be seen.
Do you know? I agree with you. I think a big part of that, and we won't get into this debate now because I could be here forever. But I think a big part of that is Brexit.
Mm.
A lot of people agree with it. I think the people that did vote for it, they're realizing now it's a major mistake. Nurses, your doctors, all the guys coming from Europe, they're all gone.
Mm.
And, you're having all these problems in the UK now. It's a perfect storm. And I think that's a major factor towards it. But I agree with you. Look, I don't think it's going in the right places at all. I totally agree with you.
Well, anyhow, it's a topic to be discussed another time.
Yeah, yeah. I can get into that.
Sales before getting in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Go back sales. Yeah.
So, naturally a salesman, but I think you also are someone who's genuine and you care about others, which is why people buy into you.
Yep.
So
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely. I've had two people who are salespeople, like that's their job, like that's what they do as a business. Yeah.
Right.
We've had Nick Starr, we had Oliver Hams, and both of them they do over £1 million in sales in mentorship in a matter of a few months, which is amazing.
That's amazing.
That's really, really good. And I've witnessed how they both do their sales and they're natural into doing it. So what do you think a good salesperson should be?
It's a bit of a difficult one, but it's the basics. I think you got first of all, you got to know your product. So you have to know what you're selling. You got to talk. Product knowledge is key. I think you got to be honest. The problem I think you have a lot of salespeople. They're not honest. They're just trying to hit the numbers. So I think honesty is key. I mean that's me all the time. I've always tried to be. Even my jewelry business, always try to be honest with people. Even if I'm selling an item which is cheaper, but I'm just being honest with them, because I can't give them false information. I don't think that's right. I know it just probably goes against all the rules of sales because you want to get the most sales in
And
there.
you want to sleep at night, right?
Sorry?
And you want to sleep at night.
So yeah, you want to sleep at night. So I think I think what happens is it goes a long way because you may not make as much money today, but what you're gonna gain is loyal customers. They're gonna come back to you. And when they come back, you will make more money. So I think you gotta, you've got some people out there who are just for that one sell.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want to do.
I was at my local's butcher's the other day, and I wanted to buy minced meat.
Okay.
So I said, "Oh, can I have half a kilo of minced meat?" And he said, "Well, Hajar," because he knows me. He said, "Hajar, this is not fresh. It's not like in the last 2 hours. This is from this morning." And I really appreciated his honesty.
Because then you didn't buy it. Or did you buy it?
I did buy because
but it's more so you're fine. Yeah.
It was okay. He said, just to let you know, this is not literally, I didn't just make it from this morning. And I'm like, you know what? I can buy from this person.
Yeah, because he'll tell you the truth.
Eyes closed.
Yep.
Because I know, even though I don't know the difference.
No, but he's told you the truth. I had the same issue. Well, same thing happened with my butcher. So he had some chicken wings, which he said were from the day before. He said to me, he goes, "Just hold on 1 second." I goes, "Where are you going?" And he said, "Just wait." And he went back, got another box. He goes, "These have come just now." So he gave me the fresh ones. But then you appreciate because you go back to them again and again.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say. That you build that trust, and now you buy meat off him blindly.
Yes,
because you know it's going to be good.
Absolutely.
So it's not about him trying to make the most money out of you. He's just being honest with you, but you appreciate it. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's key.
Yeah.
In sales, I think it is key.
Being honest.
Yes.
Is important.
Yep. Knowing your product is very, very important. Being patient is probably one of the biggest things. You got to be patient. I think when you're in sales, you have to be patient. I mean, in my jewelry shop, sometimes I'm so sorry if any one of my customers listen to this, but yeah, sometimes it's just so frustrating. I used to get people coming in looking at weddings. So we got those beautiful 22 karat gold necklaces, all that stuff. And somebody, you get a whole family coming in of like 10 people. So you think they're going to buy off me, right? It's a massive family. But you don't realize they've come from a bloody outing. So they come to your shop, spend 2 hours with you, looking at all these necklaces, getting the prices, and we've got to weigh everything. So you've been to Dubai, right?
Not yet, but I know how it works.
Right, so they weigh everything. So you just weigh everything. I mean, I'm sure in your country they weigh it too, right? So you weigh it. Yeah, Turkey, yeah. So you weigh, yeah. So
I love jewelry as well.
Okay.
So they
I can see you got bling on. Yeah.
They weigh it.
Yeah, so you have to wait. So we're doing all this, and I'm literally there for 2 hours. And don't forget, while I'm with these people, I'm missing out on other clients, right? And by the end of it, do you know what? Thanks for your time. The wedding's like in 13 months, and you're sitting there going, all right. And it's frustrating, but that's why I'm saying patience is key.
Do you know what? I think we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
A lot in common. When I was working in Selfridges, I used to be the perfume girl. I used to sell perfume. And there is obviously Selfridges is home to a lot of Arabs.
Yep.
Who come from
Yeah.
you know, and they love to do the shoppings.
Absolutely.
And oh my God, the patience you have to have.
This one.
And I'm someone who is very, very
I know,
active and
actually,
very,
yeah.
you know.
I think you could wrap up a deal in minutes. That's what it is. I can see the energy in you. You can wrap it up. And I'm the same. You can, but then you have to.
Yes, you have to learn how to.
Yeah.
Be. And I think also sometimes you just have to deal with not negative, but let me just choose my word properly.
By the way, if you can't see, she's really thinking right now.
Yeah, my camera is right.
Your camera's there. Okay.
So, like, literally, people who are not negative, dickheads. Yeah.
I thought you were going to choose your words carefully.
Oh, I've chosen it.
Okay, fine. It was going to be worse than that, was it?
You literally have to have the most patience, because it could be that you spend 2 hours with those ladies who are looking for something for a wedding in 18 months, but they're still going to come back to you. Yeah. And they have been polite. They have been really nice. They have been respectful.
Yeah.
But imagine you have someone who is there, who takes you for their servant and sees you as if you're there to literally.
Oh, but I know what you
belittle
mean.
you.
Can I get this now? Can I get that now? You're like,
Yeah.
hold on one sec. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what patient, because you have to bite your tongue.
I've had that.
Yep.
I've had that in Selfridges where this lady, she was Arab. Look, not all of them are the same.
No.
I've had the sweetest customers, and they say, please, because I speak Arabic, so they come and they like me because I speak Arabic, and they're like, oh, I really, if it's not of a trouble to you, is it okay if I smell another one? Maybe I've smelled so many. Is that okay? I'm so sorry. They're really nice, and you really want to serve them.
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Even if they don't buy from you. But whereas there's this girl, she came. I remember her just like as if it's today. I sprayed the perfume, and she smelled it, and she's like, another.
Wow. Yeah.
And
You're
then
looking at
I'm
it going,
like,
attitude. Yep.
you know, with a smile. So try to literally change everything. Now, she went to another counter where they didn't speak Arabic, and she turned to me and she's like,
Wow.
and the Algerian in me was fuming. So I went to her like this, because the camera's all around. I don't care if Selfridges watches this now.
Yeah, if you're gone now, that's fine.
So I went to her and I'm like, with a smile on my face, you do this to me again, I'll break your finger.
Really? What did she say?
Where is the manager? I need to speak. I said, I'm the manager. What do you need? In Arabic, yeah? I said, listen, this is not polite and this is not nice. And you shouldn't do this.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm working for this brand.
Yeah.
I'm not here working for
you. Absolutely.
If I see you're offensive, I can call the
Security and get rid of her. Yeah,
and
yeah.
get rid of you, because that's not a behavior to do in the UK. And you're in the UK, you're not somewhere else where you can actually belittle people. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you help me? She doesn't speak Arabic. I said, yeah, that's fine. I can help you.
Yeah, be polite.
But
Yeah.
it didn't cost you anything.
No, that's what I mean. That sometimes you got to be a bit patient. So that's about sales.
Yeah.
To go back to that, so just one thing that Malcolm started doing, because he's not emotional, but he is he started naming all our properties. So we've got names on our properties of our kids and one of my dad. So the one of my dad that we done, it's a funny story. I can't go into it right now because I'm going to run out of time. But yeah, I went to auction basically and I outbid another family member to buy my family house. And then we developed it in 10-bed HMO. And Malcolm then surprisingly put a plaque up with my dad's name on it.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's where my first house, my family first house.
Let's have you on another episode. I really enjoyed this.
No, so did
Everyone,
I. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Sanjay.
Thank you. It's fantastic.
For everyone watching, if you loved this episode, give it a thumbs up. I'm sure you do. And until the next episode, do not forget to live your best life.